What's up, guys? Dr. Seth. We are 7.5 weeks post getting my pec sewed back together to the tendon and then the tendon getting drilled into the humerus, which means that today was my 7.5 week post-surgery checkup with the surgeon and found out what I already knew. I am way ahead of schedule. Things are doing friggin' awesome. And the surgeon's exact words were, stick to the pec rehab protocol that the physio gave you, but keep doing exactly what you're doing because it is clearly working very well. And I'm stoked to be so fortunate to have a surgeon who is willing to work with me and give me the freedom necessary to do things this way and to progress things the way that I am. And that's not to say that going a more conservative route is wrong. That's not to say that going the more conservative route is bad. It's to say that going the more conservative route is more conservative. And that can have benefit. And like the reason the typical post-surgical protocols are so conservative and so light and so don't get out of the sling for 6 to 8 weeks and don't move the arm at all and don't do this and don't do that, the reason they're like that is because they are made with the patient's absolute safety in mind. They are made with trying to guarantee that they do not re-injure the area. And they are made to guarantee that the person, once they get to the end of that protocol, they are not worse than before they went in for surgery that day. The biggest thing to recognize with that is there absolutely is benefit in going slow and going conservative, but looking at it from the way that I have gone at things, and that I have always gone at things post-surgically, and that I have always gone at things post-tear, strain, whatever, there also is benefit to being more aggressive. But we gotta understand that with that benefit also comes a high degree of risk, and the more aggressive one is, the higher and higher and higher that risk becomes. Now, what really is the benefit? The benefit is that if we start using it sooner, we're going to A, regress less and we won't have to fight so hard to get basic shoulder function back. And B, if we start sooner, like I've gotten into a couple times, the scar tissue formation will be a little bit more favorable for future loading and we won't have to fight it as hard in the future. And with all that said, I am super just thrilled to be here, super thrilled to see the progress that it's making, super thrilled to see how it continues to feel better and better and better and better every single session. And once again, the hardest thing right now for me is to just not load it up and not push it and kind of keep it in that pocket of feeling good, feeling reasonable, feeling like there is plenty in the tank. And even though like the stuff I'm doing does look nuts considering where I am, like the block pull the other day, all the big squats I've done, nothing I've done seems risky in the moment. Like nothing I've done feels like the pack has ever been anywhere close to coming undone. Nothing I've done feels scary. Nothing I've done feels sketchy. And it's hard to understand when you're not here, when you're not in my body and you're not feeling it. But the only reason I'm able to look like I'm pushing is because I know I'm holding back and I know that there is so much left in the tank. And as you guys can see, I am here at the one and only Calgary Barbell. Was in the city, so swung on by on the way back home from the appointment. And I love spending time here just because it is a place of learning. And I haven't talked about this too much before, but toot my own horn here a little bit. Like I feel like I'm at least half decent as a powerlifting coach. And a big part of the reason that I am half decent at this is because when I was, 18, 19, 20 years old, like I would skip my university classes and go hang out with Bryce at Smash Strength when he was personal training. And like that is where I learned so much of the coaching strategy and communication strategy and how to cue and how to coach and how to have an eye was from watching Bryce and learning and talking and figuring stuff out with him as we both grew. And one of my biggest disadvantages I have as a coach is that I never worked formally as a personal trainer. Like I have trained people in person before, but I wasn't ever like a personal trainer, and personal training wasn't ever my job. And because of that, I feel like I missed out a lot on figuring out how to coach someone from rock bottom and figuring out how to get someone to do something that they have no idea or no concept of. And like being able to watch Bryce do that, and like I think that is one of the only reasons why I'm okay at it now, just because I had all that exposure. Even if it wasn't firsthand, it was enough to give me the right idea to be able to grow from it and learn from it and expand on my own elsewhere. And the reason I bring that up is that when I come here, I'm still learning. And it's not that I'm not learning from Bryce anymore in the world of training, but right now I'm picking up so much from Dylan, and I'm so friggin' appreciative of all of his putting up with me that he's been doing when I'm asking about filming, when I'm asking about camera stuff, when I'm asking about editing, when I'm asking about color grading, when I'm asking about all these things that I'm like Google searching the definition of words before I even ask him, just to make sure that I'm able to phrase the questions right. And learning from Dylan, I think, is something else that's going to make me better as a coach, because like I'm a raw beginner again, and it's so neat to be in this world and like not even know what kind of questions to ask and not even know what is going on, and like seeing how he answers the questions and seeing how patient he is and seeing how good he is at breaking things down to the most basic level is just reminding me of how in my own world, when I'm working with lifters, when I'm working with rehab clients, I need to be more of that. And it's just nice to be back in that space and remember what it is like to be brand new and have no clue what's going on. Like when I'm asking Dylan questions, I feel like I'm, you know, a kid again, asking like, what powerlifting shoes do I need? Do I need to tie my shoelaces? Do I need to use Velcro? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Does it matter what size my belt is? Does it matter this? Does it matter that? Should I do a box squat? Should I do a free squat? Should I do a pause squat? Should I do a safety bar squat? And Dylan's just like looking at me like, okay, Seth, calm down here. Let's go back to the basics. Let's get these things right. Let's not buy 17 different camera accessories all at once. Let's figure out how to expose things well. Let's figure out how to light things well. Then we can talk about color grading. Then we can talk about picture profiles. And then we can do all of this jazz. And I'm hoping that the production quality that we're seeing here is slowly going to be a reflection of Dylan's coaching quality. And I'm hoping that I'm able to like do good just to show that all of the help he's giving me is worth it. And really this vlog is just here to say like, Dylan, thank you. You are the shit. So that's that. Little bit of a short one, medium one. Actually, I don't know how long I've been talking for, so maybe it is a long one, but we'll see where it ends up. Stoked to be here, stoked that the pack is doing better, stoked to be learning, stoked to have this new world of internet content things that I can work on and work to get better for, because it really is fun to see progress, and it really is fun and rewarding to watch things get better and interact with you guys more and give you guys more of a look into what is going on over here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And the Bridging the Gap Between Rehab and Training lecture series is still happening. You can still join in. Lecture 2 is going to be this weekend. Have the previous one recorded, so if you guys did miss out on your late sign up, I will shoot that over to you so that you do not miss out. And the big thing that I want to do with this is really just change how people see training, change how people see rehab, and make people realize how simple getting back under the barbell can actually be. So if you're a lifter that's jacked up, if you're a coach that has lifters who are jacked up, if you are a clinical practitioner who is working with lifters and wants to better understand training, this is for you guys, doing this to make the world a better place to lift in. Peace out. Have a wonderful rest of your day.